What's up guys, it's Eric from B-Side. Today we're going to be doing another exciting video of installing our Encore X DSP power amplifier to this 2023 Subaru BRZ. This Subaru BRZ has the 8-speaker option. It's the premium model. Taking the premium factory sound system, we're going to make it sound even better with this DSP power amplifier. It's all plug and play. It connects behind your radio and the harness is long enough to reach under the passenger seat. That's where we're gonna mount this. The whole installation process could take as fast as 20 minutes, depending on how fast you are with stuff like this, but it's very, very easy to install and it will transform the way your car sounds. So we're very excited to do that, and I'm gonna show you how to install it step by step. Top of that, we'll do a before and after to show you how much difference it makes. Well, let's stop talking, let's sit in the car, and let's get this installed. All right guys, now that we're in the vehicle, let's remove our interior panels so that we could install the amplifier harness behind the radio. We're going to route the cabling and the harnesses down below here, just alongside the side on the center console, and then we're going to go under the passenger seat, and that's where we are going to mount our amplifier. So we'll first start off by removing these pieces here. Just grab a panel removal tool like this. Make sure you use a plastic one so you don't leave any scratches in your interior. And let's take this out, all right? And let's continue on by removing this. We'll open the glove box, grab a hold of this, and just pull it out. All right, and then let's remove this Phillips screw here. All right, and then this part is gonna come off. Okay, and then let's remove this piece up here. All right, and before we remove this, actually, let's tape up this left side here with some masking tape. Okay, so you're gonna wanna cover this trim piece here that surrounds your start button, because this plastic piece right above it will rub against the top part of this. All right, and then let's also cover the right side of the steering wheel, because when we're pulling the radio out, there's sharp brackets on the radio, and we want to make sure it doesn't touch the steering wheel. And if we accidentally do touch the steering wheel, want to make sure your steering wheel is protected.
Many hours later.
Okay, and let's also mask off this piece down here, right below the radio. All right. Okay, now let's continue on. So let's pull this piece out. Okay, and while we're pulling this out, this piece needs to come out too. So place your hand behind it, just pull it towards you. All right. Okay. Then this will come out here. There's one connector that's holding it. Just press down the release tab and then pull out. Don't pull on the cable. All right, and then this is the part that you will need to pull out. Okay, and then that will expose the 10mm bolts that we need to remove. So we need to remove 1, 2, okay, and 3, and also 4. All right, so when you're removing these 10mm bolts, removing is not a problem, but when you reinsert them later, make sure, be very, very careful, because it's very easy to cross thread these. And it's just the nature of the beast, and that's just how it is with things that come out of Subaru. It's much easier to cross thread than like your typical Toyota vehicle, because those are the vehicles that we work on mostly. So be very, very careful when you're reinstalling the radio. All right, so the radio is ready to come out. Well, we're gonna use a big thick blanket here. I know we did mask off a lot of areas, but just for extra protection, lay a flat towel right below it, and just gently pull the radio out. Okay. All right, and this is how it looks behind it. We're gonna reposition our blanket so that all of the radio is sitting on it. Okay, so once the radio is out like this, grab your amp. It looks like this. Let's open it. And inside this amplifier, you'll find a bag of harnesses. Okay, let's open this up. And this is all plug and play, so if you ever decide to sell your car, you can remove this and resell it, or you can move it to your next car. If your next car is another Subaru BRZ or a GR86, and you can even fit this on some select Toyota models as well. All right, so if you look back here, the connectors we're going to be working on, it's going to be the one all the way to the bottom, right here. Bottom right corner, bottom, or you can say the bottom passenger side. And there's two connectors right next to each other, so we're going to remove both of them. Remove both of them. Push down on the release tab and then just pull it out. All right. The one all the way in the corner could be a bit stubborn. Just take your time to remove it. Okay, there it is. These two connectors. This is all you need to remove. And let's grab our harness. Okay, it looks like this. So these are the only parts that needs to be connected to the radio. Okay, so obviously the female side of this is going to connect to the male side that was originally connected to the radio. And the male side here will connect to the radio. All right, so here are the two connectors once again. And it'll just all clip in place very nicely. Just make sure you push it in firmly until you hear that click. All right, now grabbing the other side of the connector. Okay, we're gonna push it back into the car's radio. Okay, and always when you're installing these, just do your best not to cross the cables and the wires. That prevents it from getting tangled up. All right, and then now what's left with is this really long cable here. So let's route them. We're gonna route them behind the radio and we're gonna get it down here. Okay, let me just find the right channel. Everything's blocked off. Where did I go through? Let me see here. Is this it? Okay, I found the opening. Oh, it's very tight. It's like right here. Okay. All right, I found the opening. It's right below. It's gonna come out of here. Okay. So how I found the opening is I just place my hand back as deep as I can go, and I try to reach from here and try to touch my finger, and I was able to achieve that, or to feel my finger from the bottom. It's a little tight. I'm gonna give it a try. That one doesn't work, then we will look for another way to route the cables. Okay. It's so hot behind the radio. Okay, if you stick your hand down here, you find an area where there's a lot of cables, and then come this way and then straight down. So you will just have to feel your way through, and I'm sure there's many different routes you can take when you are trying to route these cables. So it might be so yeah, just try to find a way, and there's should be a few different openings, and just use the one that works the best for you. Okay, I'm using this blue tape here because this wire loom here is just getting pushed back, and just so I could keep it in place while I push these wires through, like so. All right. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh no, I actually just ate, but thank you. Did you eat?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
Yeah.
you're just being nice.
No, really.
Because I usually go to that donut shop over there. Pretty
Donut's
good.
not food.
But they have a really nice sandwich, like a bagel sandwich and stuff.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Then I might go over there then.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good.
pretty
number
good.
14 was it?
Yeah, number 14.
If you like croissant, you get number 11. All right, so we successfully routed our cables here. Let's push the radio back in place, just so I could have this set and not move around. All right, perfect. Everything should snap in place nicely. Let me continue on with this. We're basically going to push this behind here for center console. Okay, go along the side. Okay, going to adjust the seat. Pull it back, push it forward. Okay, and let's tuck this cable right under here, right under the rails. There's some space under it. And the space under the rail is big enough for you to push the connector through. All right, here we go, like so. And just be very careful under the seat. There's a little flap on the back side, like a little carpet piece, which keeps all the cabling up, but doesn't do a very good job to do so. So if you stick your hand down here, you'll notice there's a lot of like cabling that is hanging low. So you don't want that to get caught on your amplifier, because if it does, then it might end up pulling your cables and wires and damaging the factory wires down here. So just be very careful of that. All right, let's grab our amplifier now. Okay, here it is. And what we have to do is connect it here. This amplifier comes pre-tuned for this vehicle, this specific part number. This BRZ is equipped with the factory equipped a speaker system, and this amplifier is tuned for that, so you don't have to do anything. You just plug and play and mount this and you are ready to go. All right, so for this vehicle, it has a carpeted floor, so we're gonna use these Velcros that's included inside the kit, these Velcro tape. Okay, and before we do that, just test fit this. We're gonna face it this way and go in. You don't have to go in too far, just around here. Most likely the person that's sitting in the back seat won't be able to put their feet under too far anyhow, so I would just keep it around here, just right in front of the car, the factory, the floor mat. So I will stick it on like this. Or if you don't want to cover these, we'll do this. We'll put it here and we'll put it right there. All right, and this is for your remote wire, remote amplifier turn on. So if you ever want to expand this, add more amplifiers, add a subwoofer, power sub, then you will need this to connect to the additional amplifier. It's a trigger to tell your amplifier to turn on. And it's just very easy. Go back here and just set it. And then with the excess wires and cables, we can either tuck it under here, or we can organize it and put it out of the way. But when you do, just make sure it's out of the way from the moving parts of the seat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to shorten this as much as I can. All right, and keep it out of the way from the movement. Okay, just tuck partially. All right. And let's tuck the rest towards the center console. So I'm gonna keep this part here and then organize this. Zip tie this and then tuck it under. There it is. Yeah. All right, so we repositioned the amplifier so that it's actually sideways. My finger. It's actually parallel to the rails if you put it perpendicular to it, it gets caught in a connector on the more on this side around here. So you want to try to avoid it. You want to keep it on the more on the driver's side. So we mounted it like that, like so. So there's your seat will be able to move around more freely. So just keep that in mind. And if you have more cables going to it because you ended up adding more subs and so forth, just be mindful of your seat movement. And if it does get caught, instead of forcing it through, place your hand down here, feel what's causing it. It's most likely going to be one of the yellow connectors that's hanging lower that gets caught onto the amplifier. And if you continuously force it, it will damage the cable. So just take note of that. All right. Okay, so once this is all done, let's do a test to make sure we have sound. All right, so now that we confirmed everything working, we got our amp mounted in the right location. Let me just reverse order everything I did and mount everything back, and then we'll do a before and after and show you the difference it makes. All right, guys, we installed the amplifier. We showed you the difference it makes, and man, what a difference. This isn't the first car we installed this to, but every time we do it, it's just we are very amazed at how much difference it makes. And this is all using the factory speakers. And if you want to change up your speakers, you do have to retune the DSP amplifier to get the most out of your sound system. But if you don't want to do any of that, you could just drop this in, do that plug and play install, and you'll be amazed at how much difference it makes. And if you want, you can go ahead and check out our other videos that we made in regards to our DSP amplifier. We installed to another BRZ about a year ago. We also installed to another GR86, all very, very cool cars. Check them out. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and we answer all your questions. On top of that, if you want to email us directly, you can also email us at info@beatsonikusa.com. And if you guys stuck around all the way till the end of this video, thank you very much. We really appreciate you guys. And if you haven't yet, help us by liking and subscribing to our channel. I'll see you guys on the next video.